Good afternoon, Rich Nass with Open Systems Media here for this week's chat with Ray Zinn, who, as you know, is the longtime founder of Micrel. He's also a podcaster and author, and he knows a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff. Good afternoon, or morning in your case. Ray, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Rich. Thanks.
Good. You're welcome. Let's talk about starting a company. Putting myself in the shoes of an entrepreneur. I want to start my own company. I got this great idea. I'm tired of all the corporate red tape and nonsense that has to go on, but I haven't a clue where to start. Where do I start? Do I need to start with the patent office? Do I start with the financing guy? Where do you begin?
I recommend that you find out the size of the market you're going to serve. I mean, if you've got this great idea, and it's new and different, it's not a standard as you would, then you have to find out if you have a market for that product. I think the biggest mistake I've seen with startups is they've not done a thorough enough job in researching the market that they want to go into. And in the case of a startup, most customers and anybody of any size is reluctant to take on a product that is not a standard from a small company. So if you're going to be a small company, you better you make sure that your customers are willing to buy from a small company who doesn't have all that infrastructure and guaranteed of continued supply. And so make sure that your customers are willing to buy from a small company.
Okay, and then I've done that homework and research, and then what?
Well, then, of course, if your customers are willing to buy from you, you've got a unique enough product and it's got a significant advantage, groundbreaking, as you would, then you need to go and decide how you want to finance it. Do you want to do it on your own? Do you want to go to venture capital? Do you want to go through a bank? What is the method you want to finance your company? So that's the next thing you have to decide.
So without getting too far into the weeds, what's the differences between the upside downside to each of those?
Okay, so with venture capital, of course, it's other people's money, and so it's not your money. You may be putting up some, but not very much relative to the venture group. They have a great resource behind them with mentors and people that can help you hire good people for your company. So they're good that way, provide good board members. So they do have some advantages because of their networking that they have. The disadvantage, of course, is they're going to end up owning your company because you never raise enough money in the beginning, and as a consequence, you're going back to them on an ongoing basis for additional financing, and you keep getting diluted. If any of you watch Shark Tank, you know that most of those guys want the sharks anyway want 30% to 40% ownership in a company to start. So by the time you go back for your second, third round, you're going to be well below 20% equity, and you're not going to end up owning your own company. And the timeline for a venture group is on the order of 5 years and maybe 7 years. And if your timeline doesn't meet their requirements of 5 to 7 years, then you're most likely going to get pushed out. So the other thing you got to consider is that it takes about 1.5 years to 2 years to design the product, and then another 2 or 3 years to get it designed at the customer. And now you're into 5 years before you even see hardly a dollar bill come across your desk. So, it's very hard for a startup, especially in the semiconductor industry, to really get off the ground in less than 5 years.
Is there some number that somebody should have in their head when they say, I want to make sure that I don't give up more than X% of my company?
Then my advice always is that raise enough money up front, before you actually get your company off the ground, raise enough money up front to take you to profitability. And that, of course, depends upon the kind of product and company you want to set up. So if you can't raise enough money up front, then don't do it.
Okay. Sounds like pretty sound advice. Okay. I think next week we'll tackle what you do after that. You got your money, where you go from there. But I think we've used up our time for this week.
Okay.
So thanks, Ray. That was very interesting, and I think we're really helping people here.
You bet. Thanks a lot, Rich.
All right. You take care.
Okay. Thank you.